For Fighting Irish Preview, I'm Phil Howkins. Just a few hours before kickoff between the 1-2 Irish and the 3-0 North Carolina Tar Heels. And here's what I'm thinking. Number one, I'm thinking about that beast of a quarterback that North Carolina has. 6'5", 225-pound redshirt freshman Drake May. He leads a powerful offense, and he's doing a phenomenal job. This offense averages 51.3 points per game. That's fourth best in the country. May is a 73% passer. He's thrown 11 touchdown passes already this season. That's number one in the country. And he runs with the ball. He's a dual threat guy. The Irish are going to have to keep contain on him better than they did with Jack Plummer last week. Last week, the Irish got 6 sacks on Cal. That was good, but Plummer escaped from that pocket 2-3 times on third down and completed first downs. The Irish have to get their technique together just a little bit better from those defensive ends, keep contain on that rush to the passer, and that's going to be really important against May today. And here's what else I'm thinking. I'm thinking, why doesn't Notre Dame ever get a quarterback like Dre May? Well, they do. They have, and maybe C.J. Carr is going to be that guy. He's coming. If not next year, in a couple of years, maybe he'll be the guy that can just take over and turn Notre Dame into a team that's got a great quarterback. Not sure Drew Pine's that guy, although Drew Pine definitely made some baby steps next week, and that's another thing I'm thinking about. I'm thinking about the Notre Dame offense and what they were able to achieve last week, and they did develop a little bit of identity last week versus a North Carolina defense. This North Carolina defense is not good. They gave up 40 points in one quarter to Appalachian State. Now, that's a good team, Appalachian State, but 40 points in one quarter, are you kidding me? In all the national defensive rankings, total defense, passing defense, yards allowed, you name it, North Carolina is at or near the bottom nationally. So they've given up a lot of points. And so Notre Dame maybe can capitalize on that, particularly if you think about the identity that Notre Dame started to develop last week. Offensive line played better. The running game came around a little bit, 140 yards rushing. That basically was in 2.5 quarters, combination of Chris Tyree and Audric Estime. And in a controlled passing game, obviously, Pine doesn't really have the weapons maybe to get the ball downfield, although I would look to get some shots downfield. Maybe it's going to be to Michael Mayer. Maybe you can find Lorenzo Styles. Maybe Braden Lenzy will come to play today, and the Irish can get the ball up the field. But this ball control offense, running and short passing game, maybe some screens, bubble screens and the like, can allow the Irish to control the clock, control the tempo of the game, keep the Notre Dame defense off the field, keep them fresh because they have a challenge against that offense today. So that's really what I'm thinking about is the Irish do need to control that time of possession. 51,000 fans in Kenan Stadium today. Game time weather conditions look to be nearly ideal. About 75 degrees at kickoff. Partly cloudy, partly sunny, however, whatever your preference is in that regard. A very slight chance of rain during the day. North Carolina is now a 2.5-point favorite. I'm counting on a strong Notre Dame running game today and some sacks of Drake May. Another thing we didn't talk about is the fact that Notre Dame has no takeaways so far this season. That's just unreal. And it's just kind of a freak thing. But today I think that number, in fact, it's going to have to, if Notre Dame is going to have success, it's going to have to catch up. And the Irish are going to have to force a couple of turnovers along with some sacks. If they do that, and particularly I'm looking at you, Isaiah Foskey. I'm looking at you, Riley Mills. You're the two starting defensive ends. You guys got to bring it today. If you do that, I see the Irish having some success, but this one's not going to be over early, that's for certain. The Fighting Irish preview pick, Notre Dame 34, North Carolina 30 for Fighting Irish preview. I'm Phil Houck, and we'll talk to you after the game.